Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your quiz master, Sean, and I've got a 100 question quiz for you about advertising, slogans, historical advertisements. So let's have some fun together, shall we? Keep our brains young, and let's start with question 1. Which cereal brand in the 1960s claimed their product was shot from guns in their memorable ads? Cheerios, Corn Flakes, or Quaker puffed rice? And that would be Quaker puffed rice. What razor brand from the 1950s used the slogan, "The best a man can get," in their advertisements? Brute, Gillette, or Old Spice? And that would be Gillette. Which coffee brand was advertised in the 1970s using the famous slogan, "Good to the last drop"? Maxwell House, Folgers, or Nescafe? And that would be Maxwell House. In the 1960s, which car company boasted their vehicles run forever in their advertising slogans? Ford, Volvo, or Chevrolet? And that would be Volvo. Which soap brand in the 1940s advertised their product as 99 and 44 100% pure? Ivory, Lifebuoy, or Dial? And that would be Ivory. What candy brand slogan in the 1960s was "Melt in your mouth, not in your hands"? M&M's, Reese's, or Hershey's Kisses? And that would be M&M's. Which toothpaste brand in the 1950s promised to fight cavities with every brushing in their ads? Crest, Colgate, or Pepsodent? And that would be Crest. In their advertisements, what car brand in the 1970s marketed itself as the ultimate driving machine? Cadillac, BMW, or Mercedes-Benz? And that would be BMW. Which soft drink brand in the 1950s urged customers to be sociable, have a blank in their ads? Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up? And that was Coca-Cola. Which cleaning product in the 1960s advertised their product as being stronger than dirt? Tide, Ajax, or Clorox? And that would be Ajax. What hair cream in the 1950s promised "a little dabble do ya" in their catchy advertisements? Brill Cream, Old Spice, or Dippity Doo? Little dabble do ya, that's Brill Cream. What brand of cigarettes was known for the slogan, "I'd walk a mile for a blank" in the 1950s? Camel, Marlboro, or Chesterfield? They would walk a mile for their Camels. Which deodorant in the 1960s had the slogan, "Strong enough for a man, but made for a woman"? Secret, Right Guard, or Brute? And that was Secret. Which candy bar used the tagline, "Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't," in the 1970s? Almond Joy, Snickers, or Reese's? And that would be Almond Joy. Which fast food brand used the slogan, "Have it your way," in the 1970s advertising campaigns? McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's? And that would be Burger King. Which soft drink brand in the 1950s introduced the slogan, "The Uncola," in their advertising campaigns? Sprite, Pepsi, or 7-Up? And that would be 7-Up. Which car brand in the 1960s asked drivers to think small in their revolutionary advertising campaigns? Volkswagen, Ford, or Chevrolet? That would be Volkswagen. Which laundry detergent claimed their product gets clothes whiter than white in their 1960s ad campaigns? Tide, Cheer, or Persil? And that was Tide. Which chewing gum brand in the 1950s used the slogan, "Double your pleasure, double your fun"? Juicy Fruit, Double Mint, or Trident? And that would be Double Mint. Which company used the memorable phrase, "Reach out and touch someone," in its ads during the 1970s? AT&T, Verizon, or Sprint? And that was AT&T. Which shampoo in the 1970s advertised their product with, "Don't hate me because I'm beautiful"? Breck, Prel, or Pantene? That shampoo was Pantene. What chocolate brand in the 1960s advertised with the catchy slogan, "Have a break, have a," was it Twix, Kit Kat, or Snickers? And that was "Have a break, have a Kit Kat." Which soap brand in the 1940s claimed their product keeps complexions beautiful in their advertising campaigns? Dove, Palmolive, or Lux? And that would be Dove. What chocolate bar in the 1970s claimed to have two great tastes that taste great together in its ads? Kit Kat, Reese's, or Snickers? And that would be Reese's. Which margarine brand used the phrase, "It's not nice to fool Mother Nature," in its 1970s advertising campaign? Bluebonnet, Chiffon, or Parquet? It's not nice to fool Mother Nature. Chiffon. What antacid brand became famous in the 1960s with the jingle, "Plop plop, fizz fizz, oh what a relief it is"? Tums, Pepto-Bismol, or Alka-Seltzer? And that was Alka-Seltzer. Which camera brand introduced their 1970s ad campaign with the phrase, "Just point and shoot"? Kodak, Canon, or Polaroid? And that ad campaign was for Polaroid. What beer brand in the 1960s used the slogan, "Brewed the hard way," in their commercials? Budweiser, Coors, or Miller? And that would be Budweiser. Which car brand in the 1950s invited customers to drive your imagination in their advertising campaigns? Pontiac, Cadillac, or Chevrolet? And that would be Pontiac. In their advertisements, what shoe brand in the 1970s famously claimed, "It's gotta be the shoes"? Adidas, Converse, or Nike? And that would be Nike. Which laundry detergent brand in the 1970s promoted itself with the slogan, "Ring around the collar" in commercials? Whisk, Tide, or Cheer? And that would be Whisk. Which gasoline brand in the 1950s used the advertising slogan, "Put a tiger in your tank," to promote their fuel? Texaco, Esso, or Shell? And that would be Esso. What beer company in the 1970s promoted their product using the slogan, "Taste the High Country"? Coors, Miller, or Budweiser? And that would be Coors. What toothpaste brand in the 1970s encouraged consumers to get the London look in their ads? Pepsodent, Colgate, or Crest? Get the London look. I guess you could do that with Pepsodent. What car rental company in the 1960s ran the slogan, "We try harder," to attract customers? Hertz, Avis, or Budget? And that car rental company was Avis. Which candy company in the 1960s advertised their slogan, "There's always room for blank," in their commercials? Was it Reese's? Was it Snickers? Or was it Jell-O? There's always room for Jell-O. What food brand in the 1970s used the slogan, "When it rains, it pours," in their advertising campaigns? Morton Salt, Morton Flour, or Morton Pepper? That's for Morton Salt. What cake mix brand in the 1960s advertised itself with the slogan, "Bet you can't bake just one"? Betty Crocker, Duncan Hines, or Pillsbury? And that slogan is for Pillsbury. Which air travel company in the 1960s asked, "Isn't it time you flew the friendly skies," in their advertising campaigns? Delta, American Airlines, or United Airlines? And that's for United Airlines. Which fragrance in the 1960s asked, "Wouldn't you rather be yourself," in their advertising campaign? Chanel No. 5, Estee Lauder, or Yardley? And that's for Yardley. Which chewing gum brand in the 1950s used the advertising line, "The gum that won't stick to your dental work"? Juicy Fruit, Freedent, or Trident? And that would be for Freedent. Which 1960s watch brand marketed itself with, "Takes a licking and keeps on ticking," playing on durability over competitors? Seiko, Rolex, or Timex? And that would be Timex. In the 1960s, which cigarette brand used, "I'd rather fight than switch," aiming to secure consumer loyalty against rival brands? Winston, Marlboro, or Tareyton? And that is for Tareyton. Which 1970s beer brand slogan, "Tastes great, less filling," implied it was lighter and more drinkable than heavier beers? Miller Lite, Coors, or Bud Light? And that would be Miller Lite. Which 1960s morning cereal advertised itself as crunchy, entertaining choice for kids with the catchphrase, Snap, Crackle, Pop? Cheerios, Rice Krispies, or Frosted Flakes? Of course, that's Rice Krispies. Which 1960s cosmetic brand declared, because you're worth it, positioning itself as a luxury alternative to other beauty products? Clairol, Maybelline, or L'Oreal? And that would be L'Oreal. In the 1950s, which coffee brand slogan, Mountain Grown, the richest kind, highlighted its quality over competitors? Folgers, Maxwell House, or Nescafe? And that was Folgers. Which 1950s margarine brand declared, it's not nice to fool Mother Nature, making it seem more natural than others? Parquet, Bluebonnet, or Imperial? And that was Parquet. Which 1970s paper towel brand claimed the quicker picker-upper, promoting itself as more absorbent than rival brands? Bounty, Scott, or Viva? Bounty is the quicker picker-upper. Which 1950s cereal advertised itself with kid tested, mother approved, promoting its health benefits over sugary competitors? Kix, Cheerios, or Corn Flakes? And that brand was Kix. Which 1970s breakfast brand boasted the breakfast of champions, connecting itself to athleticism and outperforming other cereals? Wheaties, Frosted Flakes, or Grape Nuts? And that would be Wheaties. Which brand used the tagline, Fly Now, Pay Later, in the 1960s to encourage travelers to choose them over competitors? British Airways, American Airlines, or TWA? And that would be TWA. Which 1950s candy brand used the slogan, first they sour, then they're sweet, playing on a dual flavor experience? Sweet Tarts, Lemon Heads, or Sour Patch Kids? And that would be Sour Patch Kids. Which 1960s brand claimed the taste you love to love, promoting itself as a comforting food choice over other snacks? Twinkies, Hostess, or Little Debbie? And that would be Hostess. Which 1960s whiskey brand declared, give me the nightlife, using nightlife appeal to target younger drinkers over rivals? Jack Daniels, Jameson, or J&B? And that would be J&B. Which breakfast cereal brand famously encouraged kids to follow your nose in an iconic advertising campaign? Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms, or Cocoa Puffs? And that would be Fruit Loops. Which tech company declared, think different, in a bold, creative campaign against competitors' traditional approaches? Microsoft, Apple, or IBM? Think different. That was Apple. What slogan described a brand of feminine hygiene products as, it's like having your period in a Cadillac? Kotex, Tampax, or Playtex? And that would be Tampax. Which chocolate brand claimed, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips, playfully warning against overindulgence? Reese's, Cadbury, or Mars? And that was Mars. What luxury brand used the slogan, "The best or nothing," reinforcing its commitment to quality over its competitors? Audi, Mercedes-Benz, or Lexus? And that would be Mercedes-Benz. Which airline used the phrase, "We love to fly, and it shows," emphasizing its customer service above competitors? Delta, United Airlines, or American Airlines? And that would be Delta. What computer brand used the tagline, "Where do you want to go today?" as a challenge to other tech companies? Microsoft, Apple, or Dell? And that would be Microsoft. Which battery brand used the tagline, "Keeps going and going and going," to promote itself as having a longer lifespan than others? Energizer, Duracell, or Panasonic? And that would be Energizer. Which soup brand claimed, good, highlighting the comfort and taste of its products over competitors? Progresso, Campbell's, or Knorr? And that would be Campbell's. Which insurance company claimed 15 minutes could save you 15% or more, setting itself apart for offering quick savings? Allstate, State Farm, or Geico? And that would be Geico. Which cereal brand used the "They're great" to mark its offering as being more tasty and entertaining than others? Corn Flakes, Frosted Flakes, or Cheerios? They're great! That would be Frosted Flakes. What famous coffee chain used the tagline, "Brewed for those who love coffee," positioning itself as the ultimate coffee shop, coffee stop? Dunkin', Starbucks, or Costa Coffee? That was Starbucks. Which jeans brand launched the "Quality Never Goes Out of Style" slogan to promote its long-lasting products? Wrangler, Levi's, or Lee? And that brand would be Levi's. Which airline slogan, "You are now free to move about the country," highlighted its lack of hidden fees compared to rivals? JetBlue, Southwest, or Delta? That slogan belongs to Southwest. Which camera company promoted itself with, "A picture's worth 1,000 words," appealing to nostalgia and artistry? Nikon, Kodak, or Canon? That slogan belongs to Kodak. What beer brand positioned itself as more refreshing than others with the slogan, "The most interesting man in the world"? Corona, Heineken, or Dos Equis? Stay thirsty, my friend. Dos Equis. Which soft drink encouraged customers to obey your thirst, showing its commitment to customer satisfaction over competitors? Sprite, Mountain Dew, or 7-Up? That would be Sprite. What 1970s shoe polish brand claimed, "Shines bright, lasts long," in a bid to outshine other polished brands? Kiwi, Esquire, or Miltonian? Polish brands. That would be Kiwi. What airline claimed, "We really move our tail for you," implying faster service compared to competitors in the 1970s? Braniff International, Southwest, or Eastern Airlines? And that would be Braniff International. Which soap brand's 1960 slogan, "You're not fully clean until you're zestfully clean," became widely recognized for emphasizing complete cleanliness? Irish Spring, Zest, or Dial? Of course, that would be Zest. What 1950s headache remedy declared fast, fast, fast relief, promoting its quick action against pain? Anacin, Excedrin, or Bayer? And that would be Anacin. What 1960s hairspray promised the hold that lasts, ensuring users a longer lasting style than competitors? Aquanet, L'Oreal, or Pantene? And that would be Aquanet. Which vacuum cleaner claimed, "Our vacuum never loses suction," promoting superior performance in the 1970s? Dyson, Hoover, or Eureka? And that would be Hoover. Which soap brand claimed, "Aren't you glad you use it?" implying other brands left users unsatisfied? Dial, Lifebuoy, or Palmolive? And that would be Dial. Which company's 1950 slogan, "Put a tiger in your tank," promoted itself as a high-performance fuel? Exxon, Texaco, or Shell? And that would be Exxon. What 1950s soap brand promised fresh as a mountain stream, emphasizing a cleaner, fresher feeling? Irish Spring, Dove, or Zest? And that would be Irish Spring. What fast food chain slogan, "Finger licking good," became a signature phrase in their 1950s marketing campaigns? KFC, McDonald's, or Burger King? And that would be KFC. What 1960s candy bar brand claimed, "Two for me, none for you," promoting its twin stick chocolate bar? Twix, Kit Kat, or Snickers? Twix. What soap brand used the slogan, "Keep skin soft as a baby's," in the 1950s to emphasize its moisturizing qualities? Palmolive, Dove, or Lux? Dove. What 1960s kitchen appliance brand claimed, "We bring good things to life," promoting its innovative products? GE, Whirlpool, or Philips? And that would be GE. What 1950s chocolate candy claimed, "A little goes a long way," promoting its rich, creamy taste? Hershey's, Milky Way, or Nestle? And that would be Milky Way. What 1970s beauty product declared, "Maybe she's born with it," promoting natural-looking makeup? CoverGirl, Maybelline, or Revlon? And that would be Maybelline. What toothpaste brand boasted, "Cleans your breath while it cleans your teeth," in the 1960s? Close-Up, Crest, or Colgate? And that would be Close-Up. What 1970s snack brand said, "Once you pop, you can't stop, promoting its easy-to-eat product. Pringles, Lay's, or Cheetos? And that would be Pringles. Which cereal brand advertised "They're magically delicious" in the 1970s campaign aimed at children? Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, or Cheerios? And that would be Lucky Charms. Which 1950s perfume brand used the slogan "Share the fantasy," promoting its allure and sophistication? Chanel, Calvin Klein, or Estee Lauder? And that would be Chanel. What 1960s brand declared, "Tastes so good, cats ask for it by name," emphasizing its flavor? Meow Mix, Purina, or Whiskas? Meow Mix. What popular frozen pizza brand proclaimed the pizza you can eat with a fork during the 1960s? DiGiorno, Totino's, or Red Baron? And that would be Totino's. What brand slogan, "You'll never put a better bit of butter on your knife," became popular in the 1950s? Land O'Lakes, Imperial, or Blue Bonnet? And that would be Land O'Lakes. What company used a playful slogan, "Let your fingers do the walking," to market its telephone directory service? White Pages, Yellow Pages, or Google? That would be the Yellow Pages. Which famous doll was promoted with the slogan, "It's the real thing," tapping into the fantasy of childhood? Barbie, Hasbro, or Fisher-Price? That would be Barbie. What mouthwash brand created the powerful tagline, "You're not fully clean unless your mouth is washed with Listerine"? Scope, Listerine, or Colgate? That would be Listerine. Which cleaning product promised "for a deep down clean," appealing to households looking for a reliable solution? Lysol, Ajax, or Mr. Clean? And that would be Mr. Clean. What brand claimed, "Just add water and stir," making instant coffee a household staple? Nescafe, Folgers, or Maxwell House? And that would be Nescafe. And now question 100. What car brand's memorable slogan, "Built to last," emphasized durability and reliability in a competitive market? Toyota, Ford, or Chrysler? That would be Toyota. And that was question 100. That's the end of our quiz today. How'd you do? Thank you for playing. Drop your score in the comments, please, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any quiz time when it comes out. That's all I've got. Class dismissed. Thanks for playing.